Let's talk Vikings draft needs. All right, welcome back to the Onebar Lupagus show. I'm Onebar with Dancing Lupagus.
They call me.
What's that?
That's what they always used to call me in high school, Dancing Lupagus.
Never heard that once. But let's talk some Vikings NFL draft needs. Yes, we're on the cusp of draft season.
Shit, it is January 18th. I mean, draft season is in full effect, so we're going to definitely start talking about that. Number one needs for this team as we approach that. Before we do, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscription button. Boom, 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 boom. And then hit the likes as well. Thank you, everybody. We've had just an explosion of subscribers lately, so thank you to everybody who has. Also, links below. Check it out. We have some sweet Vikings merch you can get right off our site.
Do it. All right. We each have our own three. I don't know Lupagus's. I don't think he knows mine. They could be very well the exact same. But before we get into the needs, let's just remind ourselves this is what we're looking at come draft day. We got 4 picks as of now. We're gonna be getting a comp pick though.
Where's the rest of them?
Whether that's a 5th rounder, a couple 6. I've seen a couple things. Tyler Conklin appears he's going to give us a nice little draft pick.
Yeah. So we'll get some comp picks. So there'll be more. I'm sure Vikings will make some moves to get some more draft picks. So right now, it's very scant, as they say.
Yeah, so these needs need to be squashed, and they need to be squashed strategically. We're not going to have 11 players and hopefully a couple pan out. We only got 4 picks right now. So let's just do it. Lupagus, what's your in no particular order, or are we doing this in order?
No real order, but one need for me that's kind of just really stuck up on me. Not one I saw coming a couple weeks ago, even months ago, but linebacker now. I'm specifically talking inside linebacker. I think Eric Kendricks is gone. Jordan Hicks is gone. I think we're going to have some young linebackers. It's going to be Brian Asamoah. And I wouldn't mind if it's a first-round rookie next to him. I know that's risky to do, but I want this defense to be young and hungry. And I think adding the guy in the middle is right at the top of this team's needs.
Yeah, I mean, I got linebacker on mine as well. I mean, look at the guys who are pretty much under contract next year in the inside. It's Kendricks, Hicks, Dye, and Asamoah. And you already said Kendricks and Hicks are probably gone. Outside guys, I mean, depending on even the type of defense we run, that could just be a whole nother ball game where maybe every single damn pick are linebackers. But linebacker should be high. I don't think it's on many people's radar. It should be.
It needs to be way up there. It needs to be damn near the top.
All right, so linebacker. Next? As always, let us know in the comments your biggest needs.
Well, I showed you mine, so now you show me yours.
All right. Spoiler alert. Mine may, in fact, I'll be on the defensive side of the ball. I'm going defensive line. It's a little bit broad, but again, the scheme is still up in the air, and a lot of our guys can pretty much play anywhere anyways. But looking at the guys we have under contract for next year, Harrison Phillips, James Lynch, Ross Blacklock, and Atameo. That's something.
Yeah, it's gross. And I specifically went D tackle with mine. Delvin Tomlinson goes. That's going to be a huge loss for this team, whether we do stick with a 3-4 or go back to a 4-3. We need that guy who can be the 5 tech if we are in a 3-4, or some guy who can penetrate, or maybe you got Harrison Phillips. So he's going to eat up blocks. I think you look for that penetrator if you go back to the 4-3. And there's some guys at the end of the first round who make a lot of sense for the Vikings.
Yeah, I mean, and it doesn't even matter. Like when I'm rambling off these guys who are going to be back, our defense sucked. Who cares if they're coming back? We need some guys, not just adding depth. We need guys who are going to start and play.
Yeah, and play hungry. Damn well. Damn right. My last one. This was close. There's a couple positions here I was kind of struggling with, but I ended up going with wide receiver. Adam Thielen's going to be gone. And actually, it sounds, just the recent rumblings out of his camp, things might be kind of ugly. It sounds like he wasn't very happy with his role. I don't think anybody was happy with how he performed in his role this year either. So I think wide receiver. Another thing that would make me point this way, there might be just some really good value, hard to pass up there at pick 23. So
first round wide receiver. Wow.
Well, the only hesitation I have is that I don't know if it matters who wide receiver 2 is. I think Cousins is always going to look at JJ first, Hawkinson second. So even your number 2 receiver is going to be at best your third option in the passing game. KJ Osborne's still here, so I just think there could be some really good value there, and it's a piece they do have to add at some point.
So just so I'm clear, you said it doesn't matter who the number 2 is because they're not going to throw to him anyways, but you want them to use the 23rd overall pick on him.
I'm just saying the value could be there to where you get that guy. Maybe some guy evolves to where he's like, providing what Thielen didn't this year. So I don't know. I mean, something would have to change. You have to create plays, get that guy open. I don't think it would naturally come from Cousins because he's so locked into those top 2 guys already.
Yeah, I don't think wide receiver 2 is on the roster. I like KJ at 3. I like the Naylor wherever he may go. I think there's some potential there. I went cornerback, just like you said at 23. I think there's gonna be some damn good options there. Like Cam Smith from South Carolina, Joey Porter Jr. How effing sweet would that be? But this one does actually go to the guys who are on our depth chart right now, and that's Caleb Evans, Cam Dantzler, Booth, and Kalen Barnes. That's it. That's all there is for next year right now. Granted, hopefully we make some signings, maybe bring back PP, but that is horrifying. Pairing that up with the thought of Harrison Smith possibly being gone, our secondary could go from gross to grosser.
Well, either way, if you're bringing a rookie corner in that mix, it's still going to be an inexperienced guy out there who's probably going to struggle.
Whoa, I would tell that to Sauce Gardner.
I was going back to between corner and wide receiver, and the reason I went with receiver over corner just because I thought, if they do bring Patrick Peterson, you already got 2 young guys that you just drafted, so at least you have some young guys who are fairly high picks on this team. You don't have that at any other position that we've mentioned here, so at least there is some hope in the cornerback room. Are those guys going to pan out? I don't know, and the cornerback group is so damn good this year. I mean, there's going to be a really, really, really good player there at 23 who most years would go much higher. And maybe in round 3, you can find a corner there that slips through the cracks too, because it's a deep class this year when it comes to corners.
Yeah, I mean, I almost got corners pretty much like it's almost my number 1 here. It's my number 1. So we'll see. I got high hopes for Andrew Booth. I got high hopes for Caleb Evans, but
God, I hope so.
Till I see it. Scared as hell, shaking and nude in my basement.
Yeah, and the thing with this group too, these are big corners coming out. So you get that big guy who can pair up with anybody. That's very, very attractive.
Just like Lupagus himself, very attractive. Let us know.
Not that though.
Comments. Biggest needs. Also, be sure to join us live tonight, 7 o'clock.
We are horned up. It's Wednesday, and I was surprised the parts are still working even after that horrible loss on Sunday. So we're definitely horned up.
Thriving.
Oh my God. All right. Well, until then, remember this. Astronauts in space must remember to pee every couple hours. The lack of gravity makes it hard for them to tell when their bladder is full, since the organ stress receptors don't feel the weight of the liquid.